So I've had a lot of requests lately to test this ultra cheap 5-piece diamond stone set from Amazon. Now this is the Katanas brand. I don't know how you say it. There's a bunch of different manufacturers with different brand names who are manufacturing 5-piece sets like this. I chose this one because it was one of the more popular brands. Now right now, my price on these, the price that I paid is $17.99, and which is kind of crazy. I'll talk more about this in a second. And you can get these are 2.5 inch by 6 inch stones, 400 grit all the way up to 1200 grit, 5-piece diamond stone set for $17.99. It's kind of crazy. Are they any good though? Let's take a look at them and I'll give you my opinion on them. So first off, out of the box, we have very minimal, if any, grit contamination. These are about as good as you can get, in my opinion, in terms of grit contamination, which again is crazy considering I've seen way, way worse on stones that are 3, 4, 5 times the price. So grit contamination passes with flying colors. Now, the first thing to realize is that these are not heavy-duty steel plates. These are very thin plated sheets with a foam rubber type backing that's supposed to help with slipping, but it doesn't. The thin sheets definitely are not flat and flex as you use them, so you'll have to figure out some way to stick them to something, either using double stick tape or some other means to keep them from flexing and to keep them in place when you're using them. So these stones took a couple knives to break in, and that's where all of the loose diamond falls off the surface, only leaving behind the well-adhered diamond. And once that happens, these worked flawlessly. I sharpened over a dozen knives with these initially without any problems or wear whatsoever, and then decided to torture test these using a CPM M4 test blade at 66 HRC. And I just ground on these things till my arms about fell off, with absolutely zero problems on the 400 or the 1200. Alright, I forgot to hit record, but I just sat there and ground away for 5 minutes with CPM M4, non-stop, continuous 5 minutes, lots of pressure on CPM M4. Let's see what it looks like. So here's the 400 and the 1200 grit after torture testing. Lots of grinding and lots of pressure, and they look completely fine. I've seen stones with poor plating quality grind away after a couple of sharpenings, so these are holding up perfectly fine. I mean, for 18 bucks, I'm extremely impressed. So the best way I think that I can demonstrate these for you is we're just gonna sharpen a knife. We've got our 400 grit stone. We're gonna start on this stone, and I'll show you why in a second. And we've got, this is a base from another stone. I think you can buy these bases separate. I'll see if I can find one and link it below. And I have a piece of double stick tape on it. This is a used piece. It's not super sticky, but it does a really good job of holding the stones in place on the surface so they don't move around, because the bases, they don't do a good job of keeping these things from sliding. So we've got our CPM M4 Spyderco Manix 2. We'll give it a good dowling on our dowling bit, set our angle, and we'll just start sharpening. Start off on the 400 grit. I always start on the coarsest grit possible. This makes the profiling, forming that initial burr, super quick. This 400 is a really good starting point for a lot of dull knives. If you're just touching up, you could start on the 600, but I always recommend starting on a fairly coarse stone because I don't think a lot of people realize just how dull their knives actually are. So start coarse, it'll save you time, frustration, and give you better results. And I can feel we formed a burr with my finger. I can feel the burr hanging off the edge of the knife. There might be a little spot down here that we missed. So we'll focus on that spot. You can see just how much material we are removing here. It's removing a crazy amount of material very quickly, and that's what we want. All right, formed the burr. I'm just going to drag the knife through a little bit of wood to clean it off. And we can go right to the 1200 grit stone. We don't need any of the in-between grits. So I'm not really sure if this is a negative or a positive on these stones, but you really don't need any of the grits in between 400 and 1200. You can just go right from the 4 to the 1200, no problems. Should they be included, or should this only be a 2-stone set for about 8 bucks? I mean, we are splitting hairs here since the difference is 3 extra stones for about $10 more than a 2-stone set would cost. Just realize that to save time, you don't need anything in between, but I guess they could be used for backups if the 1200 did eventually wear out. We'll do some alternating passes. So I'm doing some alternating passes here on the 1200 grit to help minimize the burr. Harder steels like the CPM M4 tend to deburr super easily. With softer steels, the deburring process can take slightly longer, and you'll need to spend more time on these passes or on the strop. We're pretty much there. We'll get our 6 micron strut. We'll give it a couple passes back and forth on the 6 micron. Oh, that feels like a really nice edge. See if we're paper towel. Yeah, that's pretty good. Might have a little spot here or there left. A little bit of burr. But we're definitely passable. Oh yeah. That's not bad. CPM M4 Brickdoll sharpens on $18 diamond stones from Amazon. I don't know what else to say. So the thing is, I don't really know how to sum this up. On one hand, these are absolutely the best budget diamond stones that I've ever tested. Under $20, hands down, these are the winner. You definitely get a bunch of actually different grits. You get a coarse, you get a fine, and a whole bunch of basically extra stones in between. Now, if you're just learning to sharpen, if you're like, you know what, I want to just try freehand sharpening on some diamond stones, then why not? Spend $20. If for some reason you find that you don't like it, it's not for you, then you're only out 20 bucks. If, however, you end up getting these things for $20 and you realize that freehand sharpening is something that you want to pursue and continue doing, then you're definitely going to want to upgrade at some point to something a little bit larger, especially for larger knives, kitchen knives, or just larger knives in general. These things are on the smaller side for freehand sharpening, in my opinion, but they can be used if you have the skill set to do it. So that's kind of my overall opinion on these and who they're for. With that being said, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. It's crazy that you can get this for $18 now. It's kind of sad, but it's also kind of great, because this kind of quality for $18 you used to never ever see even a couple of years ago. So there you have it.